This is a Headgum podcast.
So me and Katie take our seats, and we're sitting there. My
Not
friend,
me, by the way.
Not you, by the way. We take our seats, and I just look over and I go, hey, I don't think it's going to happen for us. Everyone's in love with their seat. We were just talking about our favorite old lesbians.
Yeah.
And I immediately, sort of impulsively, my whole body was overtaken by the desire to say Cherry Jones.
Cherry Jones and I
Right.
have never met physically.
Right.
I'm so deeply in love with her. I got a bootleg
Come on.
of her performance in Doubt on Broadway when I was in college.
Tell them about it.
And I was like, I have to see this.
Oh boy, a bootleg of her performance in Doubt on Broadway.
Yeah.
That's a level of gay that it's hard to imagine.
Next question.
Next question.
I mean, I once slept with a guy because he was like, oh yeah, actually.
Boo.
He was like, my family, my sister bought Cherry Jones's family's old like floral shop in Tennessee, and I was like,
You slept with him.
I'm one step closer.
You slept with him because they bought a flower shop that she
His
used to.
sister bought Cherry Jones's family's old floral shop, and I said, yeah.
And you said, I'm about to bust it open for you, brother. You said, guess what? Doors open. Come on in.
Yeah.
Damn, that's beautiful.
I love Cherry.
If I knew that all I had to do to get a little bit of ass was buy a flower shop, I'd be buying flower shops left and right.
Please do.
Dude, on the Mary Beth episode, for some reason I kept slipping in and out of like what would we call it? A persona. I kept at one point in the episode I literally said, she said something about impossible, and I said, well, you look at the word impossible right there. It says, I am possible. I couldn't stop doing shit like that. I don't know.
I'm possible. Impossible.
Impossible. Oh my God. Who's your favorite singer of all time?
Favorite singer of all
You can only pick one, and by the way, all the others have to die. These are the little games I like to play.
You play it every week. Let me see. And everyone dies.
Everyone dies except for this singer.
Do they just kind of poof left behind style?
Yeah, it's not gonna be violent. It's just gonna be like,
Okay.
It's gonna be. This will be like they'll be standing there in a second when you name the name. Every singer that isn't that person, they'll just go,
Oh my God.
and then they're gone.
It can't be a band. It can't be a duo.
No,
Aww.
pick one of them.
Oh, you know who I'm gonna say? Tyler Childers. I'll say Tyler.
Tyler.
Yeah.
You and Tyler are buddies.
Yes, we are.
How do you know Tyler?
So Tyler's cousin, his first cousin, Johnny Cowcook.
I can already tell this about to be the most Kentucky shit I've ever heard in my life. I already know that the way you know this singer is going to be the most Kentucky shit I've ever. So Tyler's cousin went down. He went to the same fish fry.
Basically. No, so Tyler's first cousin, Johnny Cowcook, and I went to college together.
Yeah.
And when we were in college, Tyler was like a teen, basically, and he would come stay with us and sleep on Johnny's couch and like do random like open mics at like Potbelly in Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
Yeah, and he would like put on little concerts in Johnny's living room. And then when we lived in Chicago, Tyler did the same thing. And so I just always knew him as Johnny's little cousin and was just like a huge fan, just obsessed, would see him everywhere. I love him. And then I got to see him at Kia Forum.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I was just so overwhelmed.
Did you
so
cry?
overwhelmed. Yes.
Yeah, of course I would sob.
Yes. And then we go backstage and I'm like, oh, it's Tyler.
He has, as you know, I'm a mega fan.
Yeah.
I love Tyler Childers.
He's unbelievable.
Tyler, shout out, brother. We could also be friends. Hit me up. I'll go to your Potbelly shows. No, he has one of my favorite lyrics of all time.
Which one?
She's working hard to make some sense, but she ain't got a dime.
Oh.
Come
She
on.
ain't got a dime.
She ain't got a dime.
Oh, his lyrics are unreal.
They're nuts.
And he's been writing them, since he was a child. It's wild.
Yeah, God, it's so much cooler than comedy, huh? It's so much cooler than comedy.
It's so much cooler than comedy. And the fact that he's charming, kind, nice, funny.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be allowed.
Fucked up. Handsome.
Handsome. He's a handsome boy.
I'll go so far as to say.
Yeah. Wife also talented. She's a phenomenal singer.
Beautiful, by the way.
And like gorgeous.
She's a singer.
Yeah, you would love her stuff. I'll send it to you.
So you know what you just did when you picked Tyler.
What? I killed her.
Yep, she's gone. She's out of here. In this world, in this podcast studio, that's crazy, Katie.
But also, she's so many. I could almost cry. She's so many. She's so many other things. She's also a mother.
She's a mother, and so if you think about it, it can be.
Yeah, it's not. She's not just a singer.
She's a mother, so she stays.
Absolutely the best way to bully anyone. Just repeat them using that.
No,
voice.
she's a mother, so she stays.
She's a mother. You wanted to stay. That's not the rules.
That's what I'm gonna start doing all the time when someone says anything to me.
Do it.
Can I take your order? What can I get you guys started with? At a restaurant? Oh my God. You know what I did last night?
What did you do?
Me, Allie, and Gabby went to Smokehouse in Burbank. You been?
No.
Smokehouse, old steakhouse by the studios up there, like old Hollywood steakhouse. Yeah, anyone been here? Been to Smokehouse? You guys know what I'm talking about? I knew Casey would. I knew Chance would. Okay, Smokehouse. We went crazy. It was a beautiful night. We got garlic bread. We got shrimp cocktail.
Ugh.
We got bacon wrapped scallops.
Thank you.
At one point, a woman comes around with a camera and she goes, "We're doing complimentary postcards to mark your
Stop
experience
it.
here tonight. Can I take your picture?" We go, "Yes, ma'am." Takes our picture. Then I got a rack of lamb.
No.
The girls both got
After
steaks.
the picture?
Baby. It was so... I had the night of my life. Then we went back to their place, smoked a little weed. We took 4 different types of sour gummy candies and made a salad out of them.
Oh, what are those? Like the TikTok thing?
Well, yeah, but this was not for content.
This was personal
this is even
content.
sadder because we did it just for us. I wish there was a viral video element to what we did.
No. It's pure that way. It's pure.
I had to... I was wearing... Okay, so let me know what you think about this.
I will.
I think my 30s... I'm turning 30 in...
I'll hold.
Please hold 101 days.
Uh-huh.
Okay, from the time we're
Dalmatians.
recording this.
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians.
Uh-huh.
101 Dalmatians.
I say it every day.
Anyway, I'm turning 30 in 101 Dalmatians.
Uh-huh.
And I've been thinking about my 30s. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm just pretty much over the moon about it. I'm so excited.
Oh, good.
I said this the other day in an episode, and some guy commented and was like, "Quick turn from not wanting to date someone who's 37 to being excited for your 30s. Fuck you, loser." I still don't want to date someone 37 just because I'm 30. Sorry.
I'm 37.
No worries.
I cannot get comfy. I am so sorry. All right.
That's the only thing stopping us from being together.
Is my age.
Is your age.
Has nothing to do with my pussy.
It has nothing to do with your pussy. It has
Nope.
nothing to do with my pussy.
No.
It's just your age.
Just my age. Okay, continue. So sorry.
So my 30s. I'm thinking about them. So my 30s, yeah. I'm thinking about my 30s and okay, I'm thinking about God, I've got so many things. Well, we can talk about my 30th birthday party if you want to, but before that I want to tell you, this was what made me think of it. I'm thinking of becoming a tailored slacks with cowboy boots guy. Now, how does that sit with everybody? Tailored slacks, so just like a really well cut slack.
Yeah, that's going to have like a little cuff on the bottom?
At times.
At times, yeah.
At times, a really well tailored slack with a Tacova boot.
Uh-huh.
What do y'all think?
Whoa. Okay. Give me a sec.
Okay, and just so you know, your response has to be positive. Because I'm really looking forward to it.
I love it.
Yeah!
I love it. What can I say? I love it.
Do you really?
I do. I
You
really
do?
think
I
that
kind of
look
thought you might.
works for you. I love a good cowboy boot, even though I had a great pair that I left on the Red Line in Chicago. I think about them daily.
Let me circle back really quick.
Yeah.
How did you leave your boots on the Red Line in Chicago?
Sure. I was wearing them to do, I don't know, some sort of dumb little sketch show,
Weren't we
and
all?
they weren't broken in, so I like put sneakers on, because kind of a working girl thing, keep the heels in the bag. So then they were in like a separate, like I don't know, like Jewel Osco bag, and I just got off the train, and there they went.
Jewel Osco.
Yeah, I said it. I went local. I could have said Ralph's. I could have said Kroger.
You shopped local.
Always.
Jewel Osco, man, those rotisserie chickens actually saved my life a couple times. Did you ever eat those?
Speak on it.
Sorry, I'm gonna start crying. No, those rotisserie chickens. They're okay. My definitive ranking of rotisserie chickens.
Go.
Costco.
100%.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
Then what is that? John's. John's in LA, rotisserie chicken, baby.
I've never had the rotisserie chicken.
Maybe $4. Incredible, juicy, wonderful.
Ugh.
So they also have those big buckets with the spigot on them. They use like the taco stands to serve like horchata and stuff. I like to get those when I'm throwing a party to make jungle juice.
Yeah.
You ever had my jungle juice?
Yes, I've been a victim.
Hey, I didn't spend 4 years in a fraternity for nothing, honey.
I mean, I believe it was your birthday last year, and I was like, I just keep drinking, I'm feeling nothing.
Yeah.
And then still kind of felt nothing until the next day.
We poured so many people into Ubers that night.
Yeah.
I made a jungle juice for my birthday party last year, 29, my LA birthday party, that really fucked people up.
Yeah.
Really fucked people up.
Are you going to have an LA 30?
I don't know.
Do
So
you have to travel?
there's a lot of different things I'm thinking for 30. I thought about doing a Museum of Caleb experience.
I like that.
for my 30th birthday.
Through the decades?
So I invite everyone to a sort of gallery space, and I say, dress up. We're gonna have cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, and then all of the pieces would be different paintings and memorabilia about me. My face would be everywhere.
Yeah.
It would be little, and all the little stories next to it would be. I might write some. My friends might guest write some. You might write a thing.
Yeah.
Just things about me. Things like. On a Sunday afternoon, Caleb loves to take a walk, and then it's maybe a painting of me mid-stride.
Oh, I love that.
And it's just a Museum of Caleb, and that's the evening. And okay, so then this is another idea I had. So at the Museum of Caleb, everyone comes. No, where's Caleb? Where's Caleb? Where's physical Caleb?
Are you not even there?
I'm not there, but you know who is there? Some guy who's walking around, some mysterious man with a weird face. He's
kind of a fucked up face.
Kind of a fucked up face, and he's walking around and he's going. Tell me your favorite thing about Caleb.
Stop it.
And tell me, how has this young man impacted your life? And I go, and the guy's saying to people, he's saying, it's so beautiful to have a friend like Caleb, isn't it?
Stop.
And the whole night they're like, everyone's whispering, going, who is this weird guy at the Museum of Caleb tonight? And where is Caleb? And at the end of the night, the weird guy stands up on a podium. Okay, he stands up on a little pedestal. It's me. It's me under there.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say it's Sean Penn, but it does make sense to be you.
That's a way better idea. Fuck, that's a way better idea.
Yeah, to have Sean Penn.
It's Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane, he just gets his little claws into everything.
He's just in everything.
He really is.
We can't keep him out of film and television.
And
stage.
Or the stage. Triple threat.
Triple threat.
Movies, TV, stage, classic triple threat.
Triple
threat. Your birthday party last year, LA party, I do believe was in a gallery.
It was in a gallery.
But it was not the Museum of Caleb.
It was not the Museum of Caleb, and that was a massive misstep.
Huge mistake.
Huge. Well, another thing I want to do, and I don't know that I have the time, the money, or the production support. You know how Refinery 29 does the 29 rooms? That horrible exhibit where they're like, every room is a different Instagram selfie opportunity.
Oh.
I would maybe do 30 rooms of Caleb.
Well, I mean, the size of room does not have to be defined.
Right.
It could be very small.
You're so real. This is what I've always said about you. You're so real.
People say that about me all the time.
You're real as fuck.
Yeah.
You're real as fuck. You gotta, actually, I don't like it.
Oh, okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, I actually don't like it.
I'll stop.
I actually want to apologize for doing it to you earlier because I realized I don't like it. You've held a mirror up to me and I don't like what I see. Wait, okay. I have a question for you.
Please.
Okay, tell me, I'm wondering about this because I recently had a pretty perfect day. What is your perfect day?
Okay.
Like place, people, activities, pace, all of it. Your perfect day.
I think I'd be in Kentucky.
In Hazard?
Hazard or Lexington? I don't know. Hazard. I'll say Hazard.
We're gonna be in Hazard, okay.
We're in Hazard. I sleep till I wake up, but I wake up fresh as a daisy at like 8 a.m.
Oh, I love those.
Like I feel so rested, but I'm not like, it's not like 10 a.m. and I'm like what's going on? I go to the cute little coffee shop. Shout out, Hazard Coffee Company.
Hazard Coffee Company, shout out, y'all.
Yeah, feel free to sponsor. I get a little coffee and I sit there and maybe I like read or do my New York Times games there.
Yeah.
Then maybe I go back home. My lovely girlfriend and partner, Kylie, is there.
Shout out, Kylie.
Shout out, Kylie. And so it's like my mom and my granny and my sister, and we all just kind of like hang out, lazy day.
I love that.
And I can drink coffee all day without having like negative consequences. I love the taste of coffee.
Yeah.
But it will give me a panic attack after a certain point.
For sure, yeah.
It's unhealthy and bad.
Not supposed to be drink in mass, yeah.
Yeah, but I would like to.
God knows I do it, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's your perfect day?
Wait, I want to know more about yours. What were you reading if you were reading a book, what kind of book were you reading?
Probably like Ta-Nehisi Coates, something casual.
Yeah, I'm reading The Atlantic.
Yeah. No, I would just think whatever book I'm reading right now. I'm reading this book called Daryl. That's about a cuck. So I'd probably be reading
Fiction.
Yeah.
Cuck fiction.
Cuck fiction, yeah.
Fuck, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's
I
really
think
cool.
that's probably what I'd be reading.
I had a pretty perfect day Sunday of this past week.
Uh-huh.
The night before I had married my friends, so I
Jesus,
officiated their
whoa.
wedding. And so there were a bunch of people staying at my house. My aunt, my uncle, my friend Doyle, my friend Katie. A bunch of people staying at my house in Kansas City. And we woke up. Everyone else woke up before me.
Uh-huh.
But we woke up. I woke up natural, no alarm. No alarm is always the perfect day recipe. That's how 100%. It starts. And I what did we do? Oh, we went to my favorite bakery and got pastries and coffee. And Holmes joined us.
Oh, nice.
And then Holmes's parents were out on their morning walk, and they happened to stop by as well. So we ran into them. Running into someone unexpectedly that you're excited to see is always a part of my perfect day recipe.
100%.
It's a big part of it. And then after that, so some of those people left, and then me and some other friends smoked a little weed and went and got Chinese food for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
A Chinese buffet even.
Oof.
And it was Sunday too, so they were on it.
Yeah.
They were fucking cooking, and it was all church people in there. And some big table of people was having a birthday, and the birthday girl walked in while we were eating, and everyone like erupted. And then when her people erupted, we all erupted as well and cheered for her. That was really fun.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went on like a 2-hour walk in my favorite park in Kansas City, Loose Park. It's big, beautiful, like rolling hills. Y'all know. All 4 Kansas Cityans sitting in the wings, shaking their head. Yeah, really big, beautiful hills and like meadows and like ponds. It's like gorgeous. And then after that, we went to the town of Kansas Bridge, which is this bridge that goes out onto Berkeley River. It's really pretty. It was like 65 degrees all day.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Smoked some more weed. I was high all day, which I never do.
Yeah.
But it was just felt right. And then everyone else had to leave town because they were visiting. And then Holmes and I took a joint to the art museum lawn, the Nelson Atkins, and sat on a little hill on a blanket and smoked joints and read our books and chatted while the sun set. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we went and got Vietnamese food.
What were you reading?
I up there was reading Heartland. It's this writer who wrote. It's called Heartland, being broke in the richest country on earth.
Whoa!
It's about a kind of an anthology of a family in Kansas. It's by this really brilliant writer, Sarah Smarsh. She's a Kansas City writer. Shout out Sarah. It's really brilliant. I went to Lawrence, Kansas recently for just like a fun little day to one of my favorite bookstores, and they had a section called "What to Read Instead of Hillbilly Elegy." Fuck J.D. Vance. That was the name of the section, and this book was in there. Yeah,
I mean it's someone from Eastern Kentucky. There's so many amazing authors to read besides fucking J.D. Vance, who's not even from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he from like fucking Ohio or something?
He's from Southern Ohio, which there is like a storied history of people going from Eastern Kentucky to Southern Ohio.
Yeah.
And they called that like highway, like the Hillbilly Highway that would take you right there. But he didn't grow up there. His mother didn't grow up there. His grandparents did, and he would spend occasional summers in Jackson. Where Sturgill Simpson is from, just kind of giving you some geography.
We're getting it all in, yeah.
And yeah, he's just a piece of shit who doesn't understand Appalachians.
Yeah, he's a freak. What's up, guys? It's me, Caleb. November 23rd in Kansas City, Waxahachie and I are co-hosting a bunch of our friends, comedians and musicians at the Midland. We are doing a benefit show called Yeehaw to benefit the Tenants Union. Tara's episode is out, and she talked a bunch about the tenant union. But please, 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 if you live in Kansas City or nearby, Omaha, come on down. Chicago, come on down. November 23rd at the Midland, we're doing a show to benefit the tenant union that we're so excited about me, Waxahachie, a bunch of other fun people that we'll announce. But yes, please come. You guys and girls and everywhere in between, spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here. Yikes. And Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, wonder, delight, and that it's exactly what I wanted feeling. They scour the globe for original, handmade, absolutely remarkable things somehow they know exactly the perfect gift for every single person you know. Like Santa Claus, but they actually work all year round, not just one night like that lazy bum. When you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small, independent businesses. Many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/so-true. That's uncommongoods.com/SOTRUE, so true, for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. You're going to be sick if you do. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary. What do you, well, other than people calling it Appalachia instead of Appalachia or whatever the fuck people say.
Appalachia is correct. Appalachia is wrong.
Exactly correct. And
For
I know
me.
that. And I know that because I'm friends with you.
Yes, that's right.
You're from Kentucky. You're very proud of Kentucky.
I am.
What do you think people are getting wrong about Appalachia?
I think they're getting they're getting a lot wrong. Like, it's hard to nail it down. But just like any like underserved area, we did not create the problems that we're currently dealing with. We did not own the hills that they took all of our coal from. We had to work on that land. So therefore there's no like ownership there. We weren't able to put that money back into our community. There's a scarcity of bringing like high quality foods down there. Because the land itself is hard to farm. I mean, there's great farmers market. There are great people that have small farms, but it's not flat land. Yeah, I think people are just getting wrong top to bottom. Like, it's hard to even say, you know, we mine the coal, we powered an entire country, and then coal is not clean energy. So we take it away, and now you blame the people who mined all the coal. And it's like, we don't even have the money from it. We just have black lung.
Yeah.
And then
it's one of those t-shirts is like, I mined the energy for this whole country and all I got was black lung.
Yes.
That's what it should be, the official tee.
The official tee. And we need to give that money back to the people who own the mines, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, let's shift the merch money up to the mine owners. Yeah.
It's just such a gorgeous place, too. It's so beautiful.
It is so beautiful.
It's insane. Our accent, I think, is stunning. I wish I still had mine. I kind of actively got rid of it. And I regret that. But it's I don't know. It's just gorgeous. I love it so much.
It is gorgeous.
I know.
It feels to me like a larger example of like like kind of like what took place in a lot of cities with white flight. Like all the moneyed, privileged people left the inner city and took all of their resources and their funding and their tax dollars for schools and everything out to the suburbs.
Yeah.
And then they turned around and shit on cities for being like, oh, there's all these inner city urban problems. And it's like created by you.
Right. I mean, they really, you know, Appalachia had early like Scots-Irish settlers, but then the coal companies came in, created coal camps, coal towns. The only money that they had was fake money that they could pay back to the coal company. The schools were made by the coal companies, and they just forced us into these lines without having anything for ourselves. And it's just, I don't know. I get so mad.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You do have a very funny story that we can cut it if you don't want to tell it.
No.
But your story about the person on the hill in your town who had the cable.
Cable?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have countless insane stories.
Will you tell that one? That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, of course. So for a long time, the way we got TV, first off, so the geography of Hazard, my hometown, it's like 4,000 people. There are tons of little neighborhoods, similar to like having a borough in New York.
Yeah.
And my
Very
family,
similar.
very similar.
Yeah.
My family lives in Walkertown, just up from the KFC. And when the whole town got new cable, like finally, Walkertown, we were like, we don't trust you because we have a fear of outsiders because everyone just comes in and either like our land or gives us a bunch of like Oxycontin to see what it does to the human body, you know? So it's like kind of like, why would we trust
Things have
you?
gotten a little weird. Yeah.
A little strange.
We're a little scared. Yeah.
Yeah. So for my entire childhood, we paid a woman on the hill what ranged from like $3 to $8. I think it started at like $3 and then got up to $8 was the highest I ever got. for cable because she negotiated directly with the cable company. And we only had the channels that neighborhood wanted.
Yeah.
So I was one of the few kids because my mom, single mom, we lived with my grandparents and it was a much older neighborhood. So we didn't have MTV, VH1. We had CNN,
Yeah.
ESPN. We did have Nickelodeon.
Did you get Hallmark?
We eventually got Hallmark.
Okay, we got there.
Yeah, we did. It took a while. But then eventually that woman died. Her son took over. Turns out he was addicted to drugs and was using the cable money for drugs. So
that'll happen, yep.
And now they are fully incorporated with the rest of the town and they've got every channel you can imagine.
The idea of one woman on the hill negotiating with the cable company for the whole town is so fucking funny. She was like, y'all, I got it. She calls him and she's like, no, we don't want that. And everyone just
I don't want MTV.
It's fucking hilarious to me.
I'm not paying for it. I will not. I don't care.
God damn, that's so fucking funny.
My grandbabies aren't here enough to watch it.
They're not watching it. I don't want it.
So after church on Sundays, we would go to my great granny's house. She lived out in the county, so she was a part of the rest of the world getting TV, and she had MTV and VH1, and my sister and I truly treated it like it was like tutoring, like it was school.
Yeah.
We would sit inches from the TV watching every single video, like taking notes so we could come in on Monday and be like, did you see that Lisa Loeb video? That's really crazy.
Once again, lesbian. The immediate pull being a singer-songwriter from the 90s. Lesbian.
Sorry, that video was great.
Yeah.
So we were like, truly like, I am being abused. I don't have Disney. I don't understand what anyone is talking about at school.
Yeah.
And we would just sit there inches away while everyone else was in the other room talking about the end of times and eating chicken.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Talking about the end days, which are coming.
Yes. I mean, every Sunday, it was just like watching TV. And then eventually, like, we would just stay so long that nothing interesting would be on VH1, which is hard. And the other room would just be like, I swear they've got fires up in these mountains I never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jesus coming back, end of days. And I would just sit there like, so terrified.
Yeah, of course.
Like God is coming down in any second. So scared.
I got really spun out about weird shit about the afterlife as a kid. Like, it wasn't necessarily being dead that bothered me. I remember very vividly, I had started playing soccer and was like really enjoying it. Maybe when I was in like third or fourth grade. And I was just like sobbing one day. And my mom was like, what? What are you what is going on? And I was like, do we get to play soccer in heaven? And she was like, yeah. She was like, sure, yeah, man. Whatever gets you to relax.
Yeah.
But I just would get so spun out about the rules of the universe. I was like, what is allowed to happen in heaven? What isn't? Because I didn't understand. I was like, we're going with our bodies, but people who are disabled don't have that body. But then if you go to hell, you get no body. I just was like, I could not understand the rules of the universes.
Oh,
spun me out.
Same. And then my uncle, my dad's oldest brother, was not from Appalachia, but he was a pastor, a Lutheran pastor. And I remember one time walking around like a track. I don't know, we were like a family reunion or some shit. And we were walking around and I was like, Uncle Tom, like, what happens when we died? Like, will I know you? Will I know my mom? Will I know this? And he was like, no, you won't know anyone. It'll be like pure peace. And I was like, but I'll miss my mom. He's like, no, because you won't have that concept. You'll just be there. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah, fuck you, first of all.
I know. I went home and like, actually, my granny's Southern Baptist Church is right. Yeah. I will see all of you in glory.
Yeah.
I don't need any of this shit.
I will walk on clouds with everybody I love.
Thank you, and my pets.
Yeah, the pets will be there.
Yeah. I was terrified of all of it.
It was so scary to me. I could not wrap my head around it.
No.
And it was perfect for a kid like me who was like pretty anxious and didn't have a lot of control, and like a home life was not super stable. Yeah. Like it was all, there was a piece of church that I think I really clung on to because home life was so unstable. I mean, my mom was lovely, but like she worked a lot of jobs. We moved a lot. Like my dad wasn't around. Like it was a little chaotic. And there was a part of church that I think I really latched onto because it offered some clarity and some structure. It was 100%. Like, if I am good things will happen. If I am bad things will happen. That's all I have to know.
Yeah.
But then, the rules of the situation started to really fuck me up. I was like, that doesn't make sense. I thought we were here for certainty.
And then when like the preacher will just like at the end like make everyone who sinned like come to the front.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off.
Fuck, man.
And we lived in like walking distance from our church, and I would just like lean over and be like, Granny, I got a bellyache. I gotta go home.
Queen. I got a bellyache. I can't be a sinner today.
Yeah, I've got to poop. I gotta go. I gotta poop so bad. I gotta go.
And she would just let you skate out?
Yeah. Oh, to a point. And then she like caught on and was like, no one has that many bellyaches, Katie. If it's that bad, we gotta go to the doctor.
Katie, you're lying about your bellyaches, and I know it.
With the truth be told, my stomach's always been fine.
Yeah, actually, you're like, no, I really do have a fucked up stomach.
Yeah.
I'm having Mountain Dew for breakfast, honey. I was drinking so much fucking soda and so high. Like, church was just so, I was vibrating all the time.
Yeah. I didn't have a ton of soda except when my dad would.
Y'all weren't drinking soda?
No, we were, but not a ton.
Huh.
Really, I know. Kind of weird.
I was.
But I had a weekend dad, so when he would pick me up, I'd be like, can I have Surge? And I would I'd immediately get some Surge.
I need a Surge bad, brother.
Yeah, and then I was just like there at, his house with his new wife and kids, and I would just be like
vibrating.
Yeah, like I want more Surge.
Pulsating.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Kentucky.
Yes, I did.
And then you go to college in Kentucky.
Yes.
And then you move to Chicago.
Yes.
And then you start comedy in Chicago.
I do, yeah.
Where's the first? Did you go to Second City first or IO?
I went to IO. I really didn't have a plan to do comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go to Chicago and like be a serious actor.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I'm not like any type that exists right now. I'm just kind of a fat 20-something, and at the time, not really that cool in the world of theater.
Yeah.
So I was basically like, I'll just take an improv class because I enjoyed improv in college. And I got so lucky. Shout out to the family I nannied for. They paid for my classes.
Whoa.
Yeah, they were like, you did not move to the city to nanny our child. We were very lucky to have you. You moved to the city to do something else.
That could almost make me cry, actually. That's so sweet.
The best fucking people. So they paid for a lot of my classes. So I did IO, and I did all of IO, got on a team there, and halfway through IO, I started doing Second City, did the conservatory, and there's nothing after that.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then eventually, it's just like doing improv everywhere, like constantly.
And then you did Boom Chicago and Amsterdam, right?
I did do Boom in Amsterdam. So I did a cruise ship for Second City.
Yeah.
And I had been told I didn't get Boom. And then right before I leave for the ship, they reach out and say, we'd actually love to have you. And I'm like, well, I'm about to do a cruise ship and I really can't get out of that contract. And they're like, okay, we'll just come as soon as you're done. I was like, okay. So then I did a cruise ship for 4 months. I had 2 days off, one of those being Thanksgiving. And I then flew to Amsterdam and lived there and worked at Boom for a while.
How long?
I was only there for 3 months because of some issues
Right.
that were out of my control. I wish I could have stayed longer, but they were having some issues with visas at the time. And I was like, I'm not going to risk not being able to go to Europe again.
Yeah.
So
living in Amsterdam for 3 months, pretty sweet.
It was amazing.
I love Amsterdam.
I love Amsterdam. And everyone will always talk about like Dutch honesty, which is truly insane, but it's the same as like Appalachian honesty. Like it wasn't that different.
Yeah.
But like one of my castmates and our friend got a haircut, and our Dutch friend looked at them and said, oh, that's much better. And they were like, what? Did you think my old hair was bad? And they're like, no, I didn't know it was bad. But now that I see it good, that is better. And it's like,
didn't have to be said, but lovely, thank you.
Yeah.
So you do that, and then go back to Chicago for a while. Of course, now you're in LA.
Yeah, so I go back to Chicago, and it was like the day I got back, it was all weird timing. It was like the next day was the Second City Generals, which was like, well, no one gets hired from Generals, but you can go. And I talked to Mick Napier, who runs The Annoyance, who's always like a mentor of mine, who's from Hazard, Kentucky. And I was like, what do I need to do? Like, can you give me tips on these auditions? And he went, just be funnier than everyone else.
Obsessed. Yeah.
Just be a star.
Yeah.
And it did give me the permission to just like kind of like, it's an audition. I need a fucking scene hog. I need to like make this work.
Yeah.
Got hired, toured for them for like a year, did a stage for a year. And then I got cast in Mrs. Fletcher.
Yeah.
Filmed in New York, and then came here.
Yeah. And now you're here.
That's my entire life story.
That's my whole life story. Well, it's leading into a question I ask a lot of people on this show. I think most everybody, which is like, what do you want? You know. So you're one of the funniest comedians I know.
Oh, thank you.
Extremely, like, you've done all the training. You're in LA.
Uh-huh.
You've got your podcast with TN and ER, which is so funny. What do you want? What's the idea?
I mean, overall, I want things to just be easy for me and my friends. I just want things to be easy.
Yeah.
But career-wise, like, I've never figured out the internet. Got to do that. Always thinking I need to be doing that. And to sell the script I just wrote. I think that's truly what I want.
Which script is this?
It's the one about my childhood.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I want to read it.
All right, I'll send it over.
Send it to me.
Yeah.
Damn, that fucking rocks.
Yeah, like I never feel like I'm a comedian. And I never feel like I can speak correctly. What's going on?
Voice is absolutely losing here.
Yeah, I've never really felt like a comedian, so I'm like, maybe I should do live shows and stuff. I don't know.
Well, you are a comedian.
Oh.
In my opinion, unless you don't want to be one.
Fuck. Thank you.
Well, I mean, if you're funny and you make people laugh, what else? That's it. Right?
Who else are you?
Who else are you?
A politician?
Name something.
Okay.
Name something you are, if not a comedian.
A
mother.
A homemaker. I would say first and foremost, citizen of this earth.
Citizen of this earth, and specifically this country. I'm an American above all else.
An American well before I'm a Californian.
Yeah. That is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Wait, we have voicemails from our listeners if you want to hear one.
I would love to.
I would love to as well. Let me see which of these. Okay, yes. Who knows what these people are going to say? You never do.
So far.
So, hi. The truth I'm wanting to know about is what barbecue do you prefer? Like, do you prefer the wet barbecue or the dry barbecue? Just get back to me whenever you can on the podcast, obviously. Okay, bye.
Okay, loving them.
I love them.
No introduction, no
None.
bullshit.
None.
Strictly business.
That's what I want out of a voicemail.
Don't fuck around with me.
No.
Yeah, just do you like wet or dry barbecue? Say no.
Yeah. Get back to me.
For me, here's what I prefer.
Okay.
All barbecue should be seasoned and smoked so well
that
you don't need sauce.
Yeah.
The sauce is additive. I want smoked ribs. I want really fucking good burn-ins. I want incredible, like a delicious jalapeno cheddar sausage.
I'm starving.
Dude, I'm so hungry. Actually, I'm going to cry. My mouth is watering.
I know. Same.
We should go to Moose Craft sometime. You been to Moose Craft?
No.
Best barbecue in LA.
Oh.
Bloodstone's is like a close second.
I want to go.
Bloodstone's resting on their laurels a little bit. I'll say. Resting on their laurels a little bit. Moose Craft, hungry, young, getting after it.
Love that.
Love that. When they're hungry and young and getting after it.
That's what I want out of everything out of my team.
Hungry, young and getting after it. Exactly. So I want the meat to be so good on its own that you don't need the sauce, but I'm using the sauce. I'm drizzling some. I like a thick sweet sauce, a thick sweet brown molasses base. I like a Carolina mustard sauce.
Ugh.
I'll do it all. What about you?
Here's the thing. The barbecue should be wet somehow.
Yes.
Is it from the juices coming out in the fat that's melted?
Speak on it.
Nothing should be dry.
Right. No, it should not be dry.
It should not be dry. I mean, the concept of a dry rub, love.
Right.
But yes, it should be seasoned so beautifully. I'm going to spit on the mic.
Dude, I'm going to throw up. I'm so excited about this.
Oh my God. It should be seasoned so well.
I need this so bad right now.
But that also means that like moisture should be there. No matter how it was made. It could be the juices
from the meat or a sauce situation.
Just like fat. And then I am going to drizzle because I love sauce.
Oh my God, I'm actually so fucking hungry.
I know.
This is insane.
This is crazy.
Will somebody see if Moose Craft delivers? Can we get some Moose Craft to the stew? Yeah, I do. I want a smoked meat. What's your favorite? Okay, you can only pick one item from a barbecue restaurant. The others,
They all die?
They die when you pick the one.
Along with everyone who's ever touched that kind of meat.
Yeah.
Burn ends.
Yeah, burn ends of the ship.
Yeah.
Burn ends of the ship. Have you been to Kansas City?
Only for like a day.
You got to come stay with me.
Yeah, I stayed at
What are we
the
doing?
21C. I don't know.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Why are you and I not at my house in Kansas City?
I would prefer that.
Why are we not eating burn ends together?
Talk about wet or dry. I'm wet right now thinking about those
fucking
burn
soaking
ends.
wet.
Yeah.
We go into like a 1980s like male comic duo.
Would love it. I think we would do well in that world too. I think that's also our lane.
They're not ready for us.
No, they're not.
They're not ready for us to do that. Do you think you would be what do you think your catchphrase would be in like a 90s, 80s male comic type thing?
Okay, eat my ass. I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind.
No, that's really good.
How about you?
Mine, think again.
Okay,
Sorry.
eat my ass.
Think again.
Okay,
See,
yeah.
that works together.
That works really well together.
Let's not bleep those either. I like that.
Yeah.
Put that
Keep it
out.
in.
Put
Keep it
that out. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, Katie, what's so true to you?
That losing weight does not look good on everyone.
Oh my God. Baby.
I mean, Ozempic is really showing us whose face needs fat to support it.
The fat is structural. It's a load-bearing fat.
Yes, exactly. We could not knock down that wall.
We cannot knock down that wall.
No.
You're so right about that.
Yeah, I really I kind of can't.
You're so right about that.
I can't. Yeah. It's a truth. My face needs it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, until we find out I go on Manjaro like tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it needs it.
I would look really hot skinny.
Well, I think we both would look unbelievably
Yeah.
good.
It would work out for me, unfortunately.
Thin?
Yeah.
No, it would work out, baby. It would work out for both of us.
We would look good.
Yeah.
We're like the exception.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would look
100%.
really good skinny, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not trying, but
No, I have no plans
no plans?
to become skinny.
No plans to become skinny?
In these past 37 years, I've yet to make that plan.
No, it's not us.
No, it's not.
But should I ever decide to enter that Coliseum, I know that I'll walk out my head tall, victorious.
See, I think this is why I don't do stand-up, because I know I'd be too good at it.
Right.
And I don't lose weight because I know I would be the number one thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be the number one thin.
No, I
You'd be too
can't.
pourpowerful.
Yes.
Were you a thin stand-up comedian? The world would tremble.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We got any update on that barbecue? They don't deliver. Fuck.
Okay, well, I gotta go then.
Play the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song right here. Freeze Katie and I right here and play it. Nice. Nice. That'll be fun. You guys are welcome for that.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask you? Okay, so talked about what you want.
Uh-huh.
Talked about You're So True.
Yeah.
What else is going on with you? What, you seen anything good lately? Tell me about you. Hold on. Tell me about you.
Okay, well, if you want to know what I've seen lately,
Yeah?
I just started seventh season.
What is that?
The season 7
Yeah.
of.
See, I just started 7th season. I was like, okay, fuck.
And I've started drinking a lot.
Yeah. I'm drunk on the job.
Yeah, no, Casey, do you love how I keep moving this?
Fine.
Okay.
Nice. Casey,
Actually not recording
cool as a
me.
cucumber, yeah.
All right, fine.
Yeah, we put this episode out, it's solo of me. We've like AI'd all your responses just to be like, back to you, Caleb.
No, I'm currently watching the TNT original, The Closer, starring Kira Sedgwick.
Incredible.
Thank you.
That is in the same vein of a show that I've rewatched 3 times.
Uh-oh.
The FX original, The Shield.
Oh,
starring
very,
Michael Chiklis. They are in the same...
very same world.
Yeah.
Wow, 3 times.
Yeah, I've seen
Should I watch it?
I've seen The Shield 3 times. Not really.
Okay. Okay, I can't recommend The Closer either.
Yeah, there's just something about it that I can't get away from,
Yeah.
but it's not particularly like,
Yeah.
I don't need you to be over there.
No, I mean, like, every episode is Kira Sedgwick doing a Southern accent, and her, like, big character flaw is that she loves eating chocolate.
Yeah.
And so she'll want sweets, and she'll literally go like... And then, like, she's having a hard time figuring out the case, and then, like, her husband will be like, I got you a water, and then she'll be like, a water. That was it. he was just trying to get water, and then he killed that girl. Fritz, I've got to go. And then goes and like solves the murder. That's every episode.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great. I would love to reboot it.
I love her and Kevin Bacon.
Oh, me too.
I love the little videos they post. They're as a married couple. And that is them. I'm not wrong.
No, they are
That's them.
married and they do make videos.
Her and Kevin Bacon will just get online any time of day, any old day, and he's playing guitar, and she's just like dancing around in the kitchen.
It's so cute.
It's just adorable.
I will say, any chance my mother gets to say this fact, she will. She'll go, Kevin Bacon, Keir Cedric lost all their money in Bertie Madoff.
Did they?
Don't know.
Did they?
I don't know.
Did they lose all their money in Bertie Madoff?
Don't know. But my mom also, the day that like he was caught, Bertie Madoff, don't think about him a lot. I do. My mom calls me on that day because it is my birthday.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, they're calling it the new 9/11. And I said, what are they calling the new 9/11? And
to get a call, so Bacon said that he and his wife lost most of their money when Bernie Madoff notoriously cheated thousands of investors out of billions of dollars. Kevin Bacon said there's obvious life lessons there. If something's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Yeah, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
The idea of getting a call on your birthday that starts with, they're calling it the new 9/11. That is...
I remember exactly where I was. Living in Cincinnati.
So funny.
Just drove across the Roebling Bridge, gorgeous bridge.
Yeah.
I turned the corner and I'm like, oh, hey, Mom.
They're calling it the new 9/11.
No clue what she was talking about.
Oh my God, dude. I am completely obsessed with that. And also, no, they're not.
No one did. No one called
they're not.
A bunch of rich people lost money is not the same.
They're calling it the new 9/11. I'm going to start using that. 15-minute wait at the restaurant I'm trying to go to. Yeah. They're calling it the new 9/11. I absolutely love that. I read this Heartland, this book I was telling you about earlier that I'm reading. There's a line in it where she, the writer, as a kid is talking to, I think her granny or something. And her grandma had a much worse life than she did.
Yeah.
And she's saying some dramatic kind of kid thing about like, oh, you don't know how hard life is or something. And I believe it was her grandma, while smoking a cigarette, goes, darling, you haven't the foggiest. You haven't the foggiest? It's been trapped in my head since I read it.
Oh, my granny says shit like that.
Oh my God, the devil's in the detail, the proof's in the pudding. That dog don't hunt. Yeah, twice on Sundays. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I could just any kind of like little Southern like phrase, idiom, maxim, it's all lodges right in here.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
All hat, no cattle.
Ooh.
All hat, no cattle for somebody who isn't of substance.
I love that.
I used to have a phone note of some of these. I wonder if I can find it.
Hold on. I feel like I need to find.
You got one in there?
Yeah. I used to write, well, there's one I'll have to tell off mic.
Oh.
That my granny says.
All hat, no cattle. So I guess I only put 2 of them in here. But I had the intention. I do this. I start iPhone notes convinced that I'm going to keep track of stuff.
Yep.
On June 4th, 2023 at 8:39 p.m., I started a note that's called Phrases I Love. And I put all hat, no cattle, and I put she thinks he hung the moon. To say that you really adore someone, I think he hung the moon. I think that's really pretty.
Let's see. Like side goggling? That's a good one.
Side goggling?
Side goggling. Hold on.
Here's
the thing. Where I'm from, we make up words.
Right. My grandpa said once, and I say this all the time now, he said, I'm happier than a raccoon on trash day.
Ooh, I love that.
And that I just love that.
We were always saying, I'm sweating like a whore in church.
Oh, yeah.
Always. But yeah, side goggling is something that's crooked or off center.
It's hotter than a goat's ass in a pepper patch.
That's hot.
That's another one.
That is hot.
That's hot.
Ain't no hill for a climber. Don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Just Googled some stuff.
I just Googled some stuff. Ain't no hill for a climber.
Ain't no hill for a climber.
Ever heard of it?
Okay.
They're calling it the new 9/11.
They're calling it the new 9/11.
They're calling it the new 9/11 is actually going to be so I can just feel, you know, when something formative happens to you?
Yep.
Hearing that, I'm like, this is a pivotal thing that occurred to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're calling it the new 9/11. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Katie, I have a segment for you.
Okay, great.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you 15 statements.
Okay,
Okay? On my handy clipboard.
right there.
You're going to tell me as quickly as you can. Don't look over here. Don't cheat. You're going to tell me as
Here's the
quickly.
thing: if I can see it, it's not cheating because it's just in my.
It's cheating, hon.
Okay.
You're going to tell me as quickly as you can after each one. Speed is of the essence. If you think it's true or false, if you get 10 or more correct, we're going to give you $50 US.
Okay.
Basketball was invented in 1945.
False.
False, 1891. Thomas Jefferson is on the $2 bill.
False.
True.
Fuck.
Snapchat's owned by Coca-Cola.
False.
False, it's not. Skydiving is illegal in Sweden.
False.
False. The space between your eyebrows is called your croc ridge.
I want it to be true.
False.
Fuck.
Glabella. Katie Short Thompson is the current president of Northern Kentucky University.
False.
True.
I went there.
I went there. The Earth's moon is larger than Mars.
True.
False. A dog was the mayor of Cormorant, Minnesota for 4 consecutive terms.
True.
True. There are only 2 countries in the world that use the color purple in their flag.
True.
True. There are more bourbon barrels than people in the state of Kentucky.
True.
True. 90% of the world's population lives in the southern hemisphere.
True.
False. Northern. There are more McDonald's locations in the U.S. than there are public libraries.
True.
False.
Fuck.
Uma Thurman dropped out of high school.
True.
True.
All right.
Twinkies only have a shelf life of 45 days.
False.
True.
Oh.
Chicago's Green Line train goes to O'Hare Airport.
False.
False. It's the Blue Line.
Yeah, duh.
How'd she do? Oh, Shug.
Oh, I'm so close.
Oh, Shug. Don't worry. You have value in other things.
This is the new
It doesn't have to be
9/11.
this. They're calling it the new
New
9/11. They are calling it the
They
new
are calling it
9/11.
The new 9/11.
What would you, if you could be one person who isn't you for a day, who would it be? And by the way, whoever you pick, everyone else?
Oh, well, that's hard because my pick was going to be, I guess I would be Cherry Jones. I was going to say be Cherry Jones's wife.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It would be fun to be Cherry Jones's wife.
Yeah, it would
I'd
be.
love to be like a ranch hand that works under Cherry Jones somewhere. Like in this world, Cherry Jones owns a ranch,
Yeah.
and I'm like just a boy in town for the summer who rolled through, ran out of gas on the highway. Got to make some money to get on my way back west. And now I got to work on Cherry's farm for the summer.
Oy, what's going to happen?
I'm sure we'll learn a lot about farming, but we might along the way learn a little about ourselves as well.
And love.
And love.
Mm-hmm.
A lot about living. A little about love.
And a little about love.
You know what?
I feel like we could go toe to toe on 90s country like nobody else.
God, I had some friends in the car the other day. We did a little road trip, and I played. Now, okay, we all said we were Alan Jackson fans,
Yeah, who isn't?
right? So I start playing my favorite Alan Jackson songs. I play Little Man.
Uh-huh.
They killed the little man. You know, do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I played Little Bitty. I played
The big little bitty.
yeah.
Little old town on a big old city.
They told me I was playing all the sad ones. They're like, we don't know these ones. I was like, oh.
Little bitty's not sad.
No, I think that was one they did know. I'm trying to think of the other ones I played that they didn't like. The Little Man. What's the other one that's like? He's like Small Town Southern Man.
Okay.
Small Town Southern Man was one that I played that they were like, this one's kind of sad. I didn't think it was sad. I just thought it was slower.
Yeah.
You know Small Town Southern Man?
I don't know if I do.
Natural way of life if you're lucky for a small town Southern man.
Gorgeous voice.
You
You.
do.
Gorgeous voice.
Me?
Stunning.
You think I have a pretty singing voice? They're calling it the new 9/11.
They're calling it the new 9/11.
Katie just mocked me in my voice. They're calling it the new 9/11. This might be the most times I've said 9/11 on the show.
Well, next guess, see if you can beat it without kind of telling them. Just see how many times you can bring it up.
Our next guest today is a tenant organizer.
Bigger challenge.
A bigger challenge.
A bigger challenge.
So tell me a little bit, 9/11, about your work. Just try to sneak it in subliminally wherever I can.
Well, actually, on 9/11,
Oh my God. You know what just happened to me?
What?
Yesterday. I'm on an airplane. I can't believe I'm just remembering this. I've been wanting to air this one out.
Okay, tell me.
Yesterday, me and my friend, me and two of my friends are flying from Kansas City to LA.
Okay.
Okay, this is yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
One of my friends has a seat in economy. No worries, God bless her. And me and my other friend are both in first, but she was only able to get the far window seat, and I was only able to get the other far window seat in row 1, right? So there's 2 aisle seats between us, and then the aisle. Well, I'm getting on there. I've never in my life had if someone asks me to move seats and it's in the same section, I always do it, whether I'm giving up my window or my aisle or whatever. And I've always only had people say yes.
Yeah.
I've never thought that was a problem. Well, so my friend's like, will you ask someone to switch so we can sit next to each other? And I go, of course. We're going to sit next to each other and chat on the flight. I get on, I turn to the guy next to her and I go, hey, would you mind taking my window seat so I could just sit next to my buddy? And he goes, I really like the aisle, man. And I was like, technically that's your right, but you're a fucking loser. Like, I'm sorry, but I couldn't believe it. I was like,
I mean, fuck off if you're not willing to make yourself a little uncomfortable for a 2-hour flight for someone else's comfort.
it's first class, by the way. There's not a fucking difference. I'm
There's
not
no
asking you to
difference.
take the middle seat.
No.
There's no middle seat, Shug.
No.
I couldn't believe. And then, so I go, okay, no worries, of course, thank you. That's your right. I go to my seat, the guy next to me, I go, would you mind switching with my friend over there so she could come sit by me? We just want to sit next to each other on the flight. And he goes, I just want to stay where I am. And I go, okay, yeah, totally. I'm like, this is technically your right. Technically, we don't have to be part of a society or a community.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep your seat if you want to, I guess. I'm losing faith in humanity. I turn to the 2 people behind me. I go, are you guys traveling together? They go, no, they don't know each other. And I go, would you guys mind swapping me and my friend so we could sit back here?
Stop it.
And they go, we like to have the storage in front of us and you're in the front row. So we can't, sorry. And I was like, you are fucking kidding me. I walk around this world thinking that people are generally good.
No, they're not.
And you're telling me 4 goddamn people can't give up their special idea of a seat. By the way, not a long haul flight to Australia.
No.
2.5 hours. I couldn't believe it.
I know who they're voting for. Just on that behavior.
Baby,
I know who they're voting for.
baby, Jill Stein. So me and Katie take our seats. And we're sitting there. My
Not
friend,
me, by the way.
Not you, by the way. We take our seats, and I just look over and I go, hey, I don't think it's going to happen for us. Everyone's in love with their seat. And every single person who said no kind of pretended they didn't hear it. They heard it. I was pissed. I was like, this is fucking insane. Just because you have the right to say no is like, what is your problem? I have said yes to people for that every single time someone's asked.
Yeah.
Then the old guy next to me reading his book for a little bit who had said no. And to be in his defense, I do think he was a little confused by the question at first. And then maybe me saying that, he understood who my friend was and where he'd have to sit. He's reading his book for a little bit after I say that. And I'm texting Katie. I'm like, these people fucking suck. I can't believe this. He can't see my phone. I made sure. He's reading his book and then he just goes, okay, I'll do it. He was really sweet. I think he was confused at first. And so that's why I was like, okay, we'll see. And then he switched seats. And then there was this really sweet moment. So mind you, I had lost all faith in humanity during this time.
Yeah.
And Katie comes and sits by me. We chat the whole flight, have a lovely time. And then we land. And as soon as we're like getting our bags and stuff, I lean over to the old guy and I was like, hey, thank you again so much. That was so nice to sit with my friend. And he goes, it was awesome. I think I might prefer the window now. I got a lot of pictures.
And that man was Tim Walz.
That man was Tim Walz. That man was Santa Claus. The idea,
I love that.
he just hadn't tried the window and he likes it because he got a lot of pictures. I was like, you're the sweetest person I've ever encountered.
I love that.
And to think, mere 2.5 hours ago, I was ready to have you killed.
Yeah. You went on quite the journey.
I did. I learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
In that moment on that little plane.
And about people.
And about people. I mean,
yeah.
I do think there's a lot of things that I think society has deteriorated so much in the last 5 years.
Yeah, 100%.
The social contract is rapidly evaporating. And people, just because you can do something, you're allowed to keep your aisle seat. But guess what? If 2 people, you're sitting next to a stranger and they want to sit next to their friend, I think you have a social obligation to change your fucking seat.
Yeah, I do.
Unless you're disabled or something and you need that, you should have a pretty overwhelming reason. It shouldn't just be like, well, this is my favorite thing.
Yeah, unless you're saying I had a premonition that I will only stay alive on this plane if I sit in this seat.
And even then, that's not real.
That's not
so
real.
Change that fucking seat.
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't understand. There's people that do this shit all the time.
Yeah.
They're so obsessed with their own little thing. They won't do anything for someone else. It makes me feel insane.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me started on Chase Bank.
Oh!
Don't get me started on my experience at Chase Bank the other day.
Oh, no.
I walk in there, a couple things I need to do.
Uh-huh.
7 people working. Woman comes over. I left. So I walk in. There's 7
Okay.
people working. I wait. I stand at the teller's window for like
Yes.
probably genuinely, I'm not exaggerating, 12 minutes. No one's helping me. And I go, okay, I've got some other stuff to do in the neighborhood. So I walk out, go get a coffee,
Yeah.
run and print something at FedEx, and then come back. And one of the people goes, I'm so sorry. I saw you left. We were just like really busy. I was like, oh my God, no worries. I figured you guys were just busy. Can I get some help with, I need to deposit this check, move some money, take some money out. She goes, you can actually do all that on our kiosk.
No, that's not what I asked.
They're calling it the new 911. I can do all that on the kiosk. You know what else I could do? Walk outside and step in front of a moving truck.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it on the kiosk. I hate the kiosk.
Oh,
I hate the kiosk. I want to talk to somebody.
I know. You look like you're about to cry.
I want to. There's like 4 different things I need to do in here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be fucking clicking around on a kiosk. Also, 7 of you are working. Does no one want to chit chat with me?
You're a delight.
No one wants to chit chat with me.
Are you kidding me?
I want to have a nice little. I couldn't believe it.
That's so fucked.
The kiosk situation is out of control. I don't want to talk to robots anymore.
No. Oh, don't get me started on AI.
I'm starting it. Go.
It's the new 911.
It's dude. It really. It bums me out. I don't want to talk to the
same
kiosk, and it's not some weirdo like puritanical old guy thing about you're at work. You should help me. It's not like I want you to do your job with me. It's like the kiosk is. We're removing all of these small, beautiful interactions from our lives until we're just not going to talk to anybody.
So during the pandemic, sorry, I'm going there. During the pandemic, I drove across the country a couple times.
Yeah.
And one time I stopped in Kansas City and I stayed at the 21C. And it had just been so long since I'd had those little interactions that I nearly cried. I got up to my room and I called my sister right away. And I was like, the woman at the front desk, her husband is a vet. He has a dog. That dog is a pit bull, but it is a service animal, and their landlord's giving them a bunch of shit, and they're thinking about fostering children. Like, just went through every detail of this woman's life, and I had so much joy.
Yeah.
Those interactions are everything.
They're
to me.
absolutely everything, and my concern is that a lot of people came out of the pandemic feeling like it was a good thing that we didn't have them for a while.
Fuck off.
It's making me feel distant from those people and crazy because I'm like, I felt like dying the whole time because I wanted those things back so badly.
Yeah, I want a man staying next to me at Walmart while I'm getting like sandpaper to tell me about how his daughter was murdered.
Yeah.
That really happened.
Yes. Tell me about that.
I was in a Walmart and I was buying sandpaper because I had just, got a piece of furniture from the street.
Of course.
And this man was next to me. He's like, oh, they don't give you a lot of options because at Walmart, not really a place where you get sandpaper, not a ton.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, redoing this desk I found.
He's like, I wish my daughter could do that.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm just, we're actually redoing our kitchen. Money kind of came through. And so I'm like, okay, I know where I am. Someone's had some sort of accident and finally got paid from the government. Classic.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, no, the state settled with us after they mishandled my daughter's murder. So I'll never have her back, but my wife's like, well, might as well redo the house.
And you know where that story would never happen? The kiosk at Chase Bank.
Thank you.
Because the kiosk doesn't have a daughter to get murdered.
That's right. It was, and then I'm like walking around the rest of Walmart, immediately call my sister as I often do, and I'm like, Tracy, I just talked to this man. And then he like passes through and is like, have a good day. And I was like, no, for sure. He killed his daughter. What's going on?
Oh my God, not the new kitchen from the daughter's murder.
Yeah, my mom has always told me that my third eye is a bit too open because people just tell me shit.
You and I have this in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of our big things.
Yeah.
People will tell me in a room of 1,000 strangers, somebody will find their way through all of them to me to tell me something crazy.
Yeah.
There's something about it.
I briefly worked at an opera company and I did like education stuff, but I was at one of our like big donor events and our director of development was like, okay, so you can talk to her. She uses the same plastic surgeon as her, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have to say anything. They were just like, what a charming little country girl. And
Yeah.
they would just come over and just spill all these secrets about their husband, their mistress. And I would just be like, great, would you like to make a donation?
Yeah, sounds good. We need money for the opera. So
yeah.
I don't know if you have that.
Nobody's going.
Yeah, people aren't coming.
Yeah, thank you.
We need money now.
Yeah. But no, I was like, there was a part of me in like another life. I'm like, do I work in development and just have rich people just tell me secrets and then I just ask for money?
I went on a date with a guy recently who did that.
Oh, really?
He was like his job was like he was the financial researcher for an opera. It was an opera and there's something else in that group. But his job was like research rich people and figure out who could donate what amounts of money.
I love that.
Yeah, he was cool.
Time for me to do a pivot to that.
He was pivot time.
Ooh.
Pivot time back to your roots.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd love to work at an opera.
I had a great time. I really loved it. Because, famously, most people take education out of the schools, as did Cincinnati, Ohio. So we would bring opera into the classroom. And it was so fun.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
Everything started going downhill when they took God out of the schools. I've always said.
Speak on it.
I've
Speak
always
on
said.
it. That's the new 9/11.
Taking God out. Katie, it's been a delight to have you.
This episode will not be released.
This will not be put out. This will not be put out. Will you please tell people where to find you?
Yeah, I am on Instagram at This Is Katie Kershaw.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I think my TikTok is Katie New Shoes, but I couldn't tell you. Not on there a lot.
Good.
And
so
then,
head over there, y'all.
Find me. And then I host a podcast with two of my best friends, Tian Tran and ER Fightmaster at Jocular Pod.
At Jocular Pod.
At Jocular Pod.
3 icons. I love that. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you so much for having me. Are you kidding me?
I love you.
I'm starving. I love you.
I'm actually starving.
Yeah.
We've got to figure something out about my starving before the day continues.
Yeah.
Let's figure out something about our starving together.
I love you.
I love you more.
That was a Headgum podcast.